Are we ready to start?
Yes, Jennifer, all yours.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Jen, and this is my daughter,
Morgan.
and we are coming to you live from our Perler lab. We'll give it just a few more seconds as our friends are joining. We're really excited about today's project. And as everyone is starting to join the class, we'll start to talk about our supplies for today. So first of all, today we are making, Morgan, you want to tell everybody?
3D Thanksgiving turkey.
A 3D Thanksgiving turkey. You want to hold it up for everybody so they can see? It is so cute. It's awesome. There's so many things that you can do with these turkeys. I think the number one thing that people will do is use them as decoration on their Thanksgiving table. You could make multiple for everyone that has a seat at your table. It could be a centerpiece. They make great little gifts for teachers. There's so many things you can do with them, and they're so fun. So we'll talk to you about how to put together the 3D turkey when we get to that part of the class. But for right now, we'll go through the supplies. So when you signed up for the class, you should have received an email, and that has your downloadable printable pattern sheet. The sheet this time is 2 pages. The first page has the pattern, and the second page shows a diagram of how to put the turkey together. So we'll show you that today too, but in case you have to walk away from the class or come back, there are directions on how to do that on the second page of the pattern sheet. Of course, you need your Perler beads. So we've asked you to get the 11,000 Perler bead jar. And in just a few minutes, we'll talk about what colors we're going to use out of the jar for today's class. You also need the large square clear pegboard. These come 2 to a pack. So it works out great for Morgan and myself, for you and a friend. It also comes with the ironing paper, which you'll need for all your Perler projects. The jar also comes with the ironing paper. And what's great about the ironing paper?
It's reusable.
It's reusable. So we have lots of ironing paper at home. And when we do Perler projects with friends, we have extra pegboards, we have extra ironing paper. You can always reuse it, which is great. The tweezers are something that's optional. Morgan and I both like to use the tweezers. Sometimes we use our hands. It's completely personal preference. It's up to you. You don't have to have those. And then, of course, your household iron. So with the household iron, we ask that you please wait for an adult to be there with you to plug in and turn on the iron while it's heating up. And then, of course, help while you're ironing your project. But most importantly about the iron, it is
No steam, no water.
no water, no steam in your iron. So make sure that there's nothing in your iron when you're getting ready to use it. So I think we're going to start to talk about what colors we're going to use for today's project. Morgan, do you want to read them off?
Sure. Red, hot coral, cheddar, purple, dark green, light brown, brown, black, and white.
So those are the colors that we chose for this project. And before the class started, just so we were a little more organized, we went ahead and separated the colors from the bead jar and we put them into a tray. You can put them into little bowls. You can separate as you go. When we're at home, sometimes Morgan and I will take a handful out of the jar and lay them on the table and pick that way. Also, what is great about Perler beads is if you don't want to follow the colors that are on the pattern, you don't have to. You can get as creative as you want. You can make the feathers of the turkey any color. You can make his head any color. You can be completely creative. And we would love to see that, right? So at the end of the class, if you could have an adult put on social media pictures of your project and hashtag make it with Michaels, hashtag Perler, or hashtag Perler art class, we will get to see all the turkeys that you make today. And we love to show everybody here in the Perler lab. So we're going to get started. So Morgan is going to make the feathers and I'm going to make the turkey's body. And then up top, we're going to call it a base. And the base is how everything sits together 3-dimensionally. So to start, we're going to go ahead and take our clear pegboard and put it on top of the pattern sheet. And we can have the camera facing down now. There we go. Thank you. And you line it up over the pattern sheet.
Jennifer, we have
Yeah.
a question. So
Okay.
Chloe is asking, if is it okay if she only has like 38 dark green beads?
If she only has 38 green beads.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's no problem at all because you can be as creative as you want with perler beads. So if she doesn't want to use the green or wants to make half of a feather green, that's entirely up to her.
Thank you.
Sure. So in case you've never done a perler project before, just to quickly review, you put the pegboard on top of the pattern and you line up the colored dots with the peg. And then you place the bead on top of the peg. So I'm starting with the base, which are all the brown beads. And I'm just putting them right on top of the peg. And it's entirely up to you how you're most comfortable making your projects. Sometimes I like to do all of one color at one time. Sometimes I just like to go left to right. It's also personal preference. And if you enjoy making this perler project, after today, you can always go to perler.com and we are continually updating our patterns on there. You can download them and do more projects. Also, the process of ironing is on perler.com. So if you need a refresh or are not able to iron with us today because you don't have an adult and need to come back to it, it's no big deal. Just save your project on your pegboard and you can have an adult go to perler.com and see the instructions for ironing. So Morgan and I were just talking today about Thanksgiving. We're excited for Thanksgiving. We travel around Thanksgiving, right? But then we were talking about Thanksgiving meal and what our favorite food is. You want to tell everybody what you said your favorite food was?
Like pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is Morgan's favorite. I like the stuffing. That happens to be my favorite. So you can see I've moved on to the turkey. I finished the base. And you'll actually get to see the ironing process twice during this class because I'll iron the feathers that Morgan is creating. Sorry, did I do that?
Sorry.
Hopefully everybody is doing okay. And they're moving right along with their project with us. If you have any questions, please go ahead and put it in the Q&A and we'll do our best to answer them. And now I'm going to start on my purple, start at the top of the turkey. I'm going to go back and fill in the white in a minute. I'm going to keep going with the purple. Almost done with that part. And then I'm going to go back up and do the white. But like I said, you can do it any way you feel comfortable. Maybe you're going from top to bottom. Put his eyes in. Just a few more white. And since I'm almost done with my turkey, now is when I'm going to plug my iron in. So please remember when it's time for you to plug your iron in to ask an adult for help. And we have our iron at a medium heat setting. And again, remember, no water, no steam. Yeah. Red to finish up. And while Morgan is still working on the feathers, I can show you how to iron the turkey body. So I'm finished with mine. Morgan's going to keep working on hers. And in the meantime, we're going to start to iron this part of the project. Again, if you're not this far, it's no big deal. You can always come back a little later. The class will actually be on Michael's YouTube page. You can always come back and do it then. But you'll get to see it a couple times here, how we iron. And again, you can always go to perler.com if you need some additional instructions. So now that my iron is ready, I just took the pattern sheet out from underneath the pegboard. And this is where you take the ironing paper and you put it on top of your project. And you start to iron. You use about a medium pressure. And as you start to heat up the beads and they start to melt, you'll start to see them through the ironing paper a little bit. So I'm gonna get the turkey and I'm gonna come up here to the base. Start to fuse those together. I'm gonna come back down here and make sure the bottom of my turkey, make sure you get all the beads. And now it's up to you how long you want to iron. If you like to close the beads and have them look a little bit more closed, you can iron a little bit longer. With this space, I'm going to make sure I get all the corners and the bottom. My turkey, I want to make sure I get down here at the bottom. Take a peek. Looks like we did a great job there. And I'm going to take my pegboard and I'm going to flip my project over and the pegboard pops right off. You can use another piece of ironing paper or you can fold it over. Just depends on the size of your project. And we're going to fuse the second side. Now this is going to be a little warm, so remember this is where you need the adult. Take it off the ironing paper. I'm going to let that cool. And Morgan is working on her feathers. I'm going to go ahead and start make another turkey so that we have a few at our Thanksgiving table. I'll start with some turkey feathers. So you see, after you iron and they come off the pegboard, you're ready to start another one. How's it going, Morgan?
Good.
Good. I do like the fall colors that we chose for this project, but they would be fun in other colors too. All right, I'll grab some purple. Let's start at the top over here. Now this has cooled. I can go ahead and take it off the ironing paper. And I'll just put it aside until we're ready to put our turkey together. Don't forget to hashtag make it with Michaels, Perler, and hashtag Perler art class so we can see your projects from today. And go ahead and mark your calendars because Morgan and I will be back December 19th. To make a snow globe ornament. Just in time for winter. I'm green. You're good? You're green? It's like Morgan has one more feather. And then we'll iron the turkey's feathers and we'll put it together. Besides Michael's free classes, you can also sign up on michaels.com for some of the premium classes. They have baking, lots of fun choices, especially with the holidays coming up. Don't forget to check it out at michaels.com. Okay. So I'm going to finish up my yellow feather. And like we said before, that's what's great about Perler beads. I can come back to this anytime. So you can do a little bit each day if it's a bigger project. Well, it's all ready. So I'm just going to put this aside. And I'm going to go ahead and iron the feathers that Morgan created. Got it. I'm going to turn it this way. Again, you take your ironing paper, you put it on top. This is where you need the adult. And here you have to make sure you take your iron all the way out to the end of each feather and make sure that those beads are also melting and fusing together. So again, you can see as it's coming through the ironing paper as it's starting to melt. Make sure I get the ends. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll take our pegboard and we'll flip it over. And put a second sheet of ironing paper on top. And make sure this side is fused together. Now remember, it is a little warm, so we're just going to wait a minute for this to cool. Move the beads. I'll let you do that, Morgan, just as it's starting to cool. Okay, so do we want to show everybody how to do it? So talk them through it. So this is the base.
So you have your base, and then you have your turkey, and then there's just holes where you
So
can-
the turkey goes, yep, in the front. And then his feathers go in the back, like that. Clicks in.
There we go.
There we go. So cool. So just you take the two pieces. So the base has two slots. And you take the turkey and he goes in the front slot. And then the feathers go in the back slot. And they make your 3D turkey. You want to show everybody? So we'll take the camera facing forward now, please. And here's our 3D turkey. So cool. So remember to please hashtag so we get to see your projects today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our 3-dimensional turkey. We're wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving, and we hope to see you back on December 19th with us for our holiday project of the snow globes. So have a great rest of the week and good weekend, right? All right. Thank you for joining us. Bye.